A cool tune, I think, is a fun way to kind of practice going through Mixolydian is this melody from Thelonious Monk called Rhythm A Ning. So check this out. I kind of, in my own way, I had a mentor in Texas that taught me to think of terms of scale tones and writing it out, you know, based on like whatever the scale tone was. So, let's say we're going to play this in B flat. Let me switch to the guitar view. So 1, 3, 5. So imagine we're in B flat, a Mixolydian, right? Right? And then, so this would like go along with what scale would this be? Be something kind of like this. So 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 8, or root, whatever you think about it. Then I go to the fifth, and I kind of descend down like 5, 6, right? Kind of like a descending thirds kind of vibe. Or I guess, I don't know. And then you have 5, 6, flat 7. All right. So I think a good way to practice our Mixolydian is let's just do that in all the different patterns we got. Let's start with this one. So I'll pause the video, see if you can work it out. I'm going to play through it a couple times. All right. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Syncopation can kind of be tricky, so let's see if I can set up like a little drum beat here. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, let me pause real quick. Let me get that beat happen. All right, got the swing beat kind of worked out there. All right, let's do the same thing, but now let's take the idea to C7. Or where we were in B flat, so let's do E flat. So. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's go over to the next string set here. So it's going to be A flat. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Gold notes got away there. Let's move over one more. What that's going to be D flat. So I'm putting my first finger on the 6th fret. Here we go. All right. It's not perfect, but sometimes if I wait for perfect, I would never make these videos. Some would say that would be a good thing, but oh well, you're stuck. If you stuck with me this long, I'm honored. I don't know whether to say thank you or I'm sorry. All right, let's do the same thing now. Let's do it in A major. So the idea is this: we're taking an idea of musical information, and you'll hear all the time like jazz greats being interviewed saying like, oh, they told me to learn melodies in 12 keys, and I think that is like one of the most powerful ways to get playing into your getting ideas into your playing and playing them in all different keys, different string sets, working it out. So this is a common way I'll do that. I'll kind of like what we just did. We did all the ceilings, right, 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 we learned it all that way. Now we're gonna do the floors. Here we go. So this is let's do C major. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. All right, let's do this guy. So now I'm going to go over to, what was that, C? So now I'm going to do F major 7, or F dominant 7, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't play it. One more time, see if I can play this right here. I'm going to go to B flat. One, two, do it again. E flat. I guess you kind of run out of neck there, but let's just say at any rate, I'm going to probably make a bunch of other videos of playing melodies this way. We talk about like how to learn to play jazz, but this really works for any kind of music, is learn melodies. We always talk about transcribing the greats, which is number one, amazing way to learn stuff. Some of the best, cool, anything that resonates with you, you know, something that you're drawn to, that it's telling you something about yourself. That's your own voice crying out to be like, hey, feed me, you know, help me get out there. So, you know, if you're attracted to certain things you're hearing, that's part of you that it's resonating with. So always go with that. Transcribe stuff that you think is cool. And then the next tier would be once you get out of school and you have to start working, then transcribe the stuff that you're getting hired to learn. So, but it can be just as useful, but maybe not as fun, at least initially. A lot of times I'll learn a new style of music that I'm only learning because I need to do the gig. And it's a style I'm not familiar with, but I'm like, man, I need the money. Most of the time, if not every time, I've spent the time to learn that style enough to get paid. It's fostered a new appreciation and joy for like that kind of music. So I've gotten to learn a lot of different kinds of music and gotten appreciations from that, for just saying yes to especially earlier in my career where I'm just saying yes to everything I possibly could. I learned a lot. So transcribing people's solos, but also taking melodies, which are like, you know, that's part of the language too. Especially in jazz, there's so much language built into the melodies. So taking something like the first 8 bars of Rhythm A Ning, you'll hear that all over the place. So I encourage you, anytime you're learning a tune, if you have time and the patience, because I know this is tedious, but if you have the time or the patience, learn this in just every way you can. Any different key, starting with a different finger, all the different strings. Try to see if you can learn as many, and believe me, the more you do it, the faster you'll get at it, because you're not just teaching yourself language, you're also teaching yourself how this thing works. And just like maybe if you're singing Happy Birthday, you don't think about, you just match the pitch, you start singing the melody. Well, that's how we want to get with this thing. So the idea of all this technique stuff is so this can disappear and your voice comes through this as efficiently as possible. This doesn't get in the way of you making music. All right, back to it. I'm going to go jump into some more of these arpeggio videos. Have a good one.